Okay, here's my little video on shoes, since I am a shoe fanatic and taking care of your feet. One thing you might want to do is go to a running store and get on their little machine where you stand on it, and it'll measure kind of if you have a flat arch, a high arch, if you're supinated or pronated. The machine is by Aetrex, Aetrex, and they're really good orthotics. They're about anywhere from $50 to $70 that you can just take out your insole and put these in, and they can help with foot pain, your support, and all that good stuff. There's also ones, these are called Sure Feet, that I kept pronating in a little bit. So these are more of a stabilizer to keep my foot aligned with my body and straight, and that helps get rid of kind of back pain, knee pain, if it's due to an alignment, and they just fit in and out. To be honest with you, your Salomons, like I have here, they do have, each version seems to have a wider toe box or a narrow toe box. You can tell these two. This one has a wider toe box than this one. These probably 90% of the time I wear. So you can wear them out on grass, on turf, anywhere, and they're very, very, very good, okay? So probably your Salomons are great. You just have to make sure every about 6 months you change them out, because you don't want the wearing on the soles and stuff, or get 2 pair and kind of switch them out. The other thing is, sometimes I wear these or Hoka's. They're Gore-Tex because I like them so my feet don't get wet. They're trail runners. I don't think they have as good as grip, but they're very comfortable, so I'll wear these on turf. And if I'm standing a lot on turf, they're a little bit more comfortable because they have a little bit more cushioning, and my feet do start to bug me if I'm on something too hard. And that's the other thing. If you try on a pair of shoes and they don't feel comfortable right off the bat, don't get them, because they're not gonna break in to feel comfortable for that. When it comes to cleats, unfortunately, that guy just was so wrong. You can't wear track and field cleats for the sport that we do. What you want is either a soccer or a lacrosse cleat, because we do lateral motion, we stop quick, we run backwards, sideways, all sorts of things. I went with the lacrosse cleat because the soccer cleats tend to be a little bit tighter, and I needed the wider toe box, and you're taking a soccer ball off of your foot, whereas lacrosse cleat, you're not, but you're doing all the same cutting motions and everything like that. Good girl, Chip. So I went with the New Balance ones, the New Balance Freeze. They are comfortable. I just wear these when it's outside in grass and it's wet. You're not going to catch your feet and blow a cruciate. I mean, you can do that just in slippers or running sneakers. These have a low edge along the side here, and they have not as a pretty lower spike ratio or cleat ratio here. You don't want to get baseball cleats. You don't want to get football cleats. Those are too high. These are great because if you ever watch a lacrosse game, like a men's lacrosse game, you see all their cutting movement, stopping short and reversing directions. So I just wear these when it's maybe if it's a lot of dirt and my Salomons won't grip as well, or that thick wet grass like at EO in the mornings. They're light. They're more flexible. Those sprint cleats are more just for that forward motion, and they're stiffer. And again, I did take out the insoles and I put in the Aetrex ones. There are other shoes. These are soccer cleats that they're kind of like good for some turf and hard grass. And I like them, but I use them for soccer. I really think you you know, a pair of trail runners like the Salomons. They're great. You can use them 95% of the time. And then the cleats are good. The lacrosse cleats are good for those wet mornings in grass, or maybe if it's a more, you know, some of those equestrian ones where you just need a little bit more grip, you can probably do either. But the Salomons or this style with the grippies here are the best. The Ofos are great for standing around. If you're standing around indoors on turf, I would go with like a running shoe or like these Hokas, even though they're trail runners that are comfortable.